All right, let's jump right in. There's something going on inside the economy right now, this quiet little shift that honestly, most of us aren't really noticing yet. So in this breakdown, we're going to get to the bottom of it.
So let me ask you something. Have you noticed this lately? You go to the grocery store, you fill up the car, you pay the bills, and at the end of the month, does it just feel like your money evaporates? Like it just doesn't go as far as it did, say, a year or two ago?
Yeah, if you're nodding your head right now, you are in very good company. This isn't just you. It's not in your head. It's this whisper that's happening at kitchen tables all across the country.
So what do we call this feeling? Well, economists are starting to put a finger on it. They're calling it silent pressure. And it's a perfect name, right? It's not some big, loud alarm going off. It's more like a slow, steady squeeze. And just to be super clear here, we're not talking about some huge stock market crash that's all over the news. Nope, this is something way more subtle. It's the stuff happening just under the radar. And that's really the heart of it. This whole idea of silent pressure is that it's a slow burn. It's not one big event. It's the kind of thing that kind of sneaks up on you, you know? The changes are so small, day by day, that you don't really see the massive shift that's happening until you look back and go, whoa, when did that happen?
Okay, so if it's so quiet, how in the world are we supposed to spot it? Well, there are actually a few warning signs, little blinking lights we can look out for.
All right, it basically comes down to three big things. First, prices are quietly creeping up. I'm not just talking about gas prices making headlines. It's that feeling when your grocery bill is suddenly 10% higher, but you bought the exact same stuff as last week. Or, shrinkflation. The classic, the chip bag has the same price but way more air inside. Second, the job market is kind of shifting. It's not about massive layoffs, but more subtle stuff. Maybe companies are hiring slower, or there are more contract gigs instead of full-time jobs with benefits. And the third one? That slow, tightening grip on our personal finances. Suddenly, it's just harder to save money, even if you got a small raise. Or maybe you're swiping the credit card for things you used to pay for with cash. See? Each one on its own isn't a huge deal, but when you put them all together, that's when you start to see the pattern.
But here's where things get a little weird. If you look at the official numbers, the big reports that come out, they might say everything's fine. Inflation is under control, the economy's chugging along nicely. But then you look at your own life, and it just doesn't feel that way, does it? There's this huge gap between what the charts and spreadsheets are saying and what our bank accounts are screaming at us every month.
And this really shows it perfectly. You've got the official reports over here, looking all calm and collected, and then you have your reality over here, which feels a heck of a lot more expensive. That gap right there, that's the silent pressure we're talking about.
So, okay, why does this even matter? I mean, who cares about this gap? Well, it matters a lot because there's a real danger in not seeing it until it's too late. And I mean, be honest with yourself for a second. With everything going on, work, family, just life, if there were little warning signs flashing, would you actually notice them? Or would you, like most of us, probably only see the problem when it's become a full-blown crisis?
And that's the tough part, isn't it? The truth is, most of us, we don't act on the warning. We react to the wreckage. It's just human nature, I guess. We tend to ignore the leaky faucet until the whole basement is flooded.
So that's why we're talking about this. That's the whole point. It's all about awareness. Just knowing about these little things, the creeping prices, the weird job market, that feeling of being squeezed, it gives you a huge advantage. It lets you see what's coming before it's right on top of you. And that, right there, is everything.
Okay, so that brings us all back to you. We've talked about what this silent pressure is, and we've talked about the signs. Now what?
Now that you kind of have this new lens to look through, what do you see? In your own life, in your town, at your job? What little signs of this silent pressure are you noticing? Look, the idea isn't to freak you out, not at all. It's just about opening your eyes and being aware. And, well, that's a question definitely worth pondering.